All right, it's December 31st, and we made it. That's what it means. We made it through a whole nother year. Happy New Year, or at least preemptively, depending when you're watching this. And yeah, you're here. I'm here. Awesome. It wasn't ideally the year you were hoping for, but it was an improvement over 2020. Right there. We got live music. We got vaccinations that helped make live music possible to come back and in a more safer fashion. We haven't hit the numbers we need to as a society to fully get rid of that, as we'll touch on what's happening for the next 7 days and tonight even. Everything is still in flux because this thing is, yeah. But on that same note, you can be safe about it. You can at least, wear a mask. That'll help. It's not even that hard to do, that common courtesy, and it helps lower the cases and the spread of it. Vaccinated or not, just wear a mask. It's just courtesy and polite, and yeah. And I like the heart on this because it also just don't be a dick. Don't shame anyone because they choose to wear a mask. Fuck, I haven't had a common cold in a year or 2 years. I mean, yeah, it works. Fuck. You want to argue with the doctors and the science and just even some evidence of if you were to wear it for the last year, but yeah, but regardless, it's still been a better year, and I'm so grateful to have been able to see some live music, to get to take pictures of some live music, and yeah, appreciate it, and appreciate to see some people again, and hopefully we can build on this and improve on it in the next year. So, I guess, speaking of building on it for the next year, I've got some shows to tell you about for New Year's Eve, which, like I said, it's in flux, so I've got kind of an updated list, which even I think I have to adjust one of them even as I'm reading it. And then, yeah, the first few shows of the first week of 2022. Yes, you heard me. So let's safely go. Yes, welcome to another episode of Every Show Joe Says Safely Go, whereas I even said at the top there, always recommending wearing a mask if you're going to go out to a show, especially right now, as Omicron is COVID's just fucking spreading like crazy. So much stuff has been canceled, people postponing, bands dropping off shows. Man, don't even know where to fully begin there. But yeah, so please safely go out if you're going to do it, especially on New Year's, where also just be careful about drinking and driving. Get an Uber, get a Lyft, you take the light rail if you're going to somewhere near that kind of stuff. But yeah, also, of course, thank you, Tony from Dumpster Hut, for that song that you hear at the top for however long it's been now, a couple of years. So check that out. Of course, also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, because, well, for one, you subscribe, you get notification when these videos go live, and anything else I put to YouTube. But also, it helps me out, because as those numbers go up, I get access to more features on YouTube, like ad revenue. That's like a 2031 goal. One day I'll have ads on YouTube. Make some money. Ooh, those are the dreams. But right now, I don't. And one way you can support those by going to patreon.com/EveryShowJoe. Even $1 a month. That helps me out. That helps pay for gas. That helps pay for tickets to these shows. I'm even actually circulating like about half of it right now into other bands and their Patreons to support. So actually using it to support other music. And just, it's awesome. But yeah, patreon.com/EveryShowJoe if you want to support. Also, if you go on to everyshowjoe.com, first off, check out, there are more photos. I'm catching up. Got the Wayne Fest. Yes, it's named after, well, guess what? Wayne Newton used to live in Phoenix. Who knew? I guess I didn't until now. But yeah, so over in the Coronado Park, there was an awesome show. So I got pictures from that, a little wrap up from that. So you go check that out. But then after you're done looking at that, and maybe click around some other articles, some other pictures. There is in the menu bar a store link, and you can pick up an Every Show Joe shirt. Yes, you go buy a shirt that supports me too, and wear it around and kind of advertise. And yeah, appreciate it if you can, and if not, no worries either. Let's see, what else? Well, the only other housekeeping mention is twitch.tv/EveryShowJoe. I'm going to try to, in the new year, figure out a more regular schedule to stream some video games on there, and you can hang out, chat, and watch as I play whatever I'm going to throw on there. So, throw those all on there. Give that a follow, and get notified when I go live there. Of course, every week, as I say, Fuck racism. Fuck homophobia. Fuck sexism. Fuck all that bullshit. It shouldn't. Can't even believe we have to say that. Like, we shouldn't be. This is the future, and we're still fucking dealing with this bullshit. But yeah, Black Lives Matter. If you need to hear it, you need to hear it. So yeah, ways to support there. BLMPHXmetro.org for our local Phoenix one. Podera in Action is another really good one. You can go on there, you can see what they're organizing, what's going on, get involved. And they take donations, that kind of stuff. There's also StopAPIHate.org. That's for stopping Pacific Islander and Asian American. But yeah, fucking hell. How does someone go about judging people based on this, just stereotyping off of their skin or feeling? It's fucking bullshit. But yeah, these are ways to get involved. FirstNations.org to help donate and get involved for our Native Americans, our indigenous, support them. And that goes across the country. Plus, I've been throwing out there transgenderlawcenter.org. That's one that is actually, they're doing and fighting for laws that do good representation, work laws, equal, trying to find words. But the things to help in the workplace for equal representation, that shouldn't fucking matter on whatever sex you identify as, whatever you prefer, whatever, it fucking shouldn't matter. And they're there helping fight it. So those are just suggestions too. Just go out and do something positive. Find some outlets that you might think are better than this, or maybe equal than this, or whatever. Just get involved, do something positive, make the world a better place. So yeah, go check that out. And then speaking of making the world a better place and bringing it back to music, of course, you're like, well, how do I support my favorite musicians? The simplest, easiest way is just go buy the merch directly from them. That's where they make the most money. Buying those shirts, go buy those CDs, the vinyls, all that kind of stuff. That's the most direct way to go support your favorite musicians. So go check their stores out tonight, whenever you see this, and support if you can. And if you can't afford it, no big deal. Go spread the word of your favorite band. That helps them too. Of course, other ways you can go support is NIVA, the National Independent Venue Association. That is NIVASSOC.org. They have an emergency independent venue fund that you can go donate to, that they'll distribute to any venues that still might need the aid right now. Excuse me. Because, yes, that is still happening, especially as COVID cases once again are on the rise. And, yeah, it's hard for a lot of the venues, especially independent venues, to be keeping afloat. So you can go donate there. Also, as I always like to call the food block, throw it out there. Especially after New Year's, you might end up at the Reap and Sow Coffee Bar at frickin' Rebel, because you're going to be nursing that hangover. You're going to want your caffeine fix, and you go right there and support them there. Open early, get some caffeine in you. Also, I think you could probably do that at Yucca too. And boy, they also have a breakfast menu. They have food. I've never mentioned their breakfast menu. We're just going to mention it for New Year's. You can go out to Yucca Tap Room and get their food. I think they're open at, 6 a.m.? 6 a.m.? You can go check out. They have some breakfast stuff that's pretty good. Also, of course, they have some awesome tacos and baos and the tater tots that everyone seems to love. And you can get a growler no matter what time, I think. I don't know what the Tempe ordinance are. But yeah, you can get a growler, have a fill, take it home, and have alcohol at home that may be on that craft brew side that you were looking at the night before, or maybe you were just like having it the night before and going, I want more of that, and you take it home with you. So yeah, and then speaking of good tacos, there is Crescent Ballroom. They're open Wednesdays through Saturdays, 4 p.m. They're open every one of those days till midnight on Wednesdays, Thursdays, 2 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. And get so awesome, the carne asada burrito. I'm always throwing it out there. I know a lot of people. I saw someone else's tweet that the bean and cheese is the magical one. I'm still an advocate about the carne asada burrito. Just gonna say. But yeah, they have some awesome food. Go check that out. They have good tacos too, and really good way to support the venues too, by just feeding your stomach. And they do delivery apps, and they do all that stuff. So a few other things thrown out there is the Crew Nation Global Relief Fund. Go Google that. That'll bring that up, ways to donate for the crews that are working these shows or may still be having financial struggles because there isn't enough to do. You can go support them. And MusiCare's Coronavirus Relief Fund. This is the Grammy Foundation set up for musicians, staff, all of it. So 2 other places you can go donate that you can throw out there. So yeah, still a thing. Man, all right, let's get right into it. We got to help you find your New Year's Eve show if you are going to go out there and safely. Remember, mask. Let's see. We've got, this is the one that I just saw before I started recording. We got, so first off, Left Alone. Hopefully their drummer feels better. They've dropped off. We got Skulldrug, we've got Squared, we have Asswipe Junkies, and we have Perfect Sense and Blotter Vision over Yucca Taproom. This seems to be the biggest one now happening that I can find of concerts for your New Year's Eve celebration if you're looking for one. First or Last also dropped, to be cautious. Skeleton Army dropped. So yeah, yeah. And also, proof of X or negative test is required starting around, I think, 7 p.m. With everything in flux, I think they've just been extending out the set times. So you can go check that out. And yeah, celebrate responsibly and safely. Also, we got Malignus Youth with Phoenix Hooker Cops, Quantum Colossus, and Coffee Kolsch, which I just say go ask one of the bands for the address, or find a flyer. It has their address. It's a house show, so I don't know if they want me just blasting the address out there, but go check that out. That's another way you can go celebrate. Throwing it on here, even though I'm not a big fan of Sublime of the Rome. Badfish is a better band of covering. Yes, I use the term cover. But Badfish is a better Sublime's band, is all I'm going to say. Regardless, Sublime Rome, you can celebrate your New Year's with tonight with Catastro, Spray Alien, Action Hammer, and Urban Life over at the Marquee Theater. They do require proof of X or negative test for that one, 6:30 p.m. for an early start. And I don't know if that one's going to go to midnight or not. That actually is a good question. Or, well, do the math. Maybe they will. Go check that out, though, if that is of interest. We also got the second annual Labyrinth Masquerade Ball over at the Thunderbird Lounge. They did set up some cover because, yes, the forecast is showing it's going to be raining most of the night. So we'll see what that does. But, yes, it's a Labyrinth-themed Masquerade Ball. That's a little one I threw on here that I thought is neat. So throw it out there. 7 p.m. Thunderbird Lounge. I didn't actually check, so you can find out. If you are staying in, Scott Kloffenstein usually streams Friday nights starting at 10 p.m., which Lisa in Arizona lines up perfectly if you want to celebrate New Year's with Scott, if he is streaming. But check that out, twitch.tv/Scott Kloffenstein. And then, yeah, we roll into Saturday, and we got another one that the lineup's already changed before I can even tell you about it. But we got the Super Hangover Extravaganza with Smooth Hands, Dinosaur Love, and the Effects over the Lost Leaf starting around 8 p.m. We got this one moved, because if you might remember last week's episode, this was on Friday. Afterbirth Cartoons record release show got moved with Okinawa Plane Crash. They're going to be at Inner Skies recording studio, I think it is, and it's at 7:22 p.m. So you can go check that out. Plus, we got Malignus Youth doing a double live record release over at the Hypertension Extreme merchandise store starting at noon. So you can get that if you are somehow competent and awake and not, or even if you are feeling your hangover. You know, you get that caffeine in or whatever you need. Man, was it Bloody Mary? You can drink that. Oh, anyways. And then, yeah, I assumed Kepi Ghoulie was going to do this. I can only assume. But Kepi Ghoulie every Saturday, 10 a.m., Wake Up with Kepi, one of the happiest people you can wake up with playing music, over on his Facebook, doing the Kepi show. And yeah, give him a follow, because he's doing streams over the week, really. So you can keep up on that. Sunday, it is, like, yeah, everyone definitely is planning on at least having a hangover of 2 days out, I guess. But yeah, usually Sundays, got Bite Me Bambi doing their music show on Twitch, twitch.tv/Bite Me Bambi, 5 p.m. And all times are Arizona time. Let me make sure that's clear, too. Sometimes that can be confusing. Scott Kloffstein usually streaming around 3 p.m. on there. Mondays, Scott, 10 p.m. Like I said, it kind of just gets quiet for a couple days, so everyone's gonna be like nursing hangovers or something. Then Tuesday, though, we're back. We got shows. We got Bethany Home and Bummer Girl with Odith and Badger Springs, which Badger Springs are actually pretty good. I caught them, oh my gosh, how long ago now? But caught them at the Rebel Lounge opening up that show. Man, I'm drawing a blank. I apologize, but really good. Proof of X negative test required for any Rebel Lounge shows. Next one starting at 8 p.m. We've got the Unlikely Candidates with the Criticals and the Deadbeat Cousins at Crescent Ballroom. Proof of X negative test required for that one, 8 p.m. And yeah, Tuesday nights, Scott Kloffenstein, 10 p.m. on his Twitch. And Bite Me Bambi, see you next Tuesday, which is usually their talk about whatever kind of night where, you know, they talk about whatever. And they usually have a drink of the show. So check out their social media. You can make it, prepare, and drink it with them while you're watching. 9:30 p.m. for those starts there. Then Wednesday rolling in, we got Closet Goth with Duet, Logan and Kyle Experience, and Campus Seance at the Trunk Space. Proof of Vax negative test required 7:30 p.m. Got the Blood Feud Family Singers, which check out the pictures on everyshowjoe.com. Just going to say that. From playing Wayne Fest. But awesome. And they're playing with Katie May, and they're playing with Coolsy. That's so fucking cool. Over at Rhythm Room. I should have used a different adjective. There, that's awesome. There. Proof of Vax negative test required for Rhythm Room shows 8 p.m. Plus Bite Me Bambi's Wednesday other music show on their Twitch 9:30 p.m. Go tune in for that. They take requests and so it's awesome. And then Thursday we got Decent Criminal and Raging Nathan's back in Phoenix with Ghost in the Willow, our local here. Opening it up at the Yucca Tap Room. Proof of Vax negative test required for Yucca show 7:30 p.m. is at least one time I found, so might be 8 p.m. But go check that out. Awesome dudes, awesome bands. We got Mississippi Nova with Pleasure Cult, Commiserate, and Freud at the Rebel Lounge. Proof Vax negative test required 7:30 p.m. Start there too. And Chris Murray's Bluebeat live streams over on his Facebook's Thursdays 6 p.m. Tune in, enjoy some awesome Chris Murray. And he hangs out after, and you can ask him questions in the chat. Like, Chris Murray is awesome. If you haven't tuned in for any of those, it's really, really good. King Apparatus Syria. I do know my Scott knowledge. As I had to take a second to draw it, though. And then Friday, finally it's here. Which I know at least a certain someone who might run a certain Hookworm Records is excited for. We got the Hookworm 1 record release over at Last Exit Live. This one's Paper Foxes, The Woodwork, Psychedelephants, and Shovel over at Last Exit. 8 p.m. start for that one. We got Burgundy Jerk back performing. There with Pop Icons, The Posters, and Fast 86ers at the Yucca Tap. That's Vax or negative test required. 8 p.m. start. We got Wild Giants, which is a band I need to get out to see. And, of course, this lineup for looking at Friday already looks like it's complicating the matter if I am going to make it out. But we got there with the Brighter Still, Health and Rifle Club, and the Rage Tones over Rebel Lounge. Proof of Vax negative test required. 8 p.m. start for that one too. And we got a little more. I just have to scroll though. We got Jason DeVore, of Authority Zero. Gonna be doing an acoustic set over at Pub Rock Live, 8 p.m. start. Plus, yes, Badfish, the band I mentioned, is better cover band than Sublime with Rum. Yes, I call them a cover band. So, pause for laughter, hopefully. But yeah, they're going to be playing the Marquee Theater. Proof of Vax negative test required. 8 p.m. Plus, yeah, Scott Klopstein's usual stream time, 10 p.m. over on Twitch.tv/Scott Klopstein. Which, if you made it by now and you haven't been paying attention, Scott Klopstein played with a little band called Real Big Fish. And a big band called Littlest Man Band. It has some awesome solo stuff too. So, if that didn't sell you on it, I don't know what will. But really good, really fun times. But yeah, those are the suggestions I have for you for the next 7 days around Phoenix and a little bit on the interwebs. Of course, it is of my taste, and sometimes also I just miss some stuff because they're house shows or they're not tied to tag the venues. Especially if I'm looking at their Facebook page, since they don't have a website for some of these. But they'll show up on that list and I can see them. But I think that's it. So hopefully you guys be safe tonight. If you're watching this on New Year's Eve, enjoy New Year's Eve, celebrate. Of course, be sure to mask up so you can be safe about it. That's nice, right? Legend of Zelda. Anyways, but yeah, so be safe about it though. Uber, Lyft, taxi, whatever. Be safe about getting home if you're going to drink tonight, and especially with the rain. Which I love this weather, so partially fine with this weather. But yeah, that's all I really have. So until next week, please be safe and have fun there watching some live music. And then take care.